it's still a point I'm trying to make. Eventually, we're gonna get to it.
Chapter 12, verse 1.
That's just how the spirit be. The spirit is like the circle of life. That's what this is, man. You're gonna come back at one. The scripture says, living lively waters, wilderness, always switch. He said all the waters always return back to the sea too, no matter where they at, man. They always return back to the sea. You got it.
Yeah, right. And like, what's that, Isaac Brothers, that Voyage to Atlantis?
Voyage to Atlantis.
Right. Yeah.
Always come back.
Right.
Always. The nation of Israel always gonna come back to you.
Ecclesiastes.
And that's what this scripture is going into, coming back to our Creator. All right.
Chapter 12, verse 1.
That's right.
Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days draw nigh, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
That's right. So when you could be out on a nice Saturday, Sunday, doing anything to fulfill the lust of the flesh, you'd rather forsake that to do the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's making your life a living sacrifice, risking and risking your life, but also forsaking your time and you know what I mean, to go out and do the Lord's work, man. All right, so you got to come back to the Most High. Remember your Creator in the days of thy youth. So when you're in your full strength, man. All right, when you actually got the ability to go out and do the work. And Apostle Hart said, man, the Lord calls you in as a young man. All right, he said, I was a young man. I came in around, you know, like 18, around the age of 18, man. And he been in for like 30 years he was going into, man. All right, so the Lord, he deal with the young man. He don't want you when you're old and you can't stand up to do the work no more. And now you all, you know, you know what I mean? You done went at heart being a whore, both spiritually fornicating and physically fornicating, man. He don't want you at that
Jeremiah
age,
1:7.
Oh, Slucky,
you know,
and he also, compares us, to, his wife and all that. Or, kind of like, if you ever seen, that movie, Dazed and Confused, Matthew McConaughey, he's like, I keep getting older, they stay the same age and shit like that. That's how he wants it. Or, he comes, when you see the men of the Lord on the highways and byways, that's like him, you're getting hollered at basically. He doesn't want you, when, of course, it's the will of the Lord, anyway. All right, but as far as that's why Yahweh Shai said, about like the old, wine bottles, things like that. He doesn't, just like us, we don't want, how like even a lot of the members of the alt-right, they call like bargain bin bitches basically, or ones that have been just like used up, they got they're emotionally scarred, they got all types like mental disorders, single mothers, shit like that. Or that's not quality. That only causes looking for when you're young, or when your mind and spirit can still be molded with less resistive because you're not stuck in your ways. So you're more so you can be like stuck in these ways gradually. All right, but it's easier, physically, and spiritually, or, to do this work, when you're younger.
And you're not indoctrinated with all that filthiness, you feel me? 50 years of being in a Christian church is nothing but confusion, man. It'd be harder to get to the, you know what I mean?
If I can say this real quick, that's because we a representation of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. He ain't no old, you know what I'm saying? That's why if you get the word Zion, it goes back to what? A monument, a remembrance. We're a representation on the planet Earth of the Heavenly Father and His Son. So right, they ain't no old, decrepit ass, they youth, they got spry, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I heard a brother break it down as also, remember the Lord, because right now ain't nobody focused on Yahweh Shem Yahushai because there's so much things to do other than be focused. So when the Lord start closing down businesses and shutting down shop, then you don't be coming from, don't try to come there now when ain't nothing, you ain't got nothing else to do.
You were right. We was just going in on that in Ecclesiastes 12:1. Like you said, when I shall say I have no pleasure in them. Why? Because you can find pleasure in fulfilling the lust of the flesh. But the problem is people using this liberty as a cloak of maliciousness to do folly and vain shit rather than to seek the Lord, the living power of Israel. All right, while you got the opportunity, he talk about the nighttime coming when no man can work, man. All right, so you got to seek this, you got to get it while it's hot, man. Don't be standing there idle. All right, one quick pre. Go ahead.
What you just said. This is Romans chapter 8 and 6. For to be carnally minded is death,
That's right.
but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
And the problem is, these Edomites, they're carnally minded. 2/3 of the nation of Israel is carnally minded, man. All right? But to be spiritually minded is life and peace. We want to live, man. We want peace. We want peace to be round about. Real peace is when it's quiet. All right? You get your own land. Man. You're not being oppressed. You can rest. All right? That's what real peace is, man. Right now, we ain't at rest. This is not our rest. All right? So we got work to do. I mean, you got to get up your ass. You got to get that willpower to get up and continue to do the will of the Heavenly Father, man. Even though sometimes you don't feel like wanting to even be out here talking either to the wind or to Jake ass, all right, in the elements and whatnot, man. But you got to do it, man. This is now the time to work, so in the kingdom we can rest. All right, go ahead, back to that. No, go to 2. No, go to 2.
All right, this is verse 2. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain.
About 12:01. Ecclesiastes 12:01. Yeah. Go ahead. I'll bump your shot. Bring it back one time. Salaki.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 2. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain.
That's right. Like it says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, because the time coming when those ordinances not going to be able to give their light, meaning you won't be able to see them in a nuclear blackout, man. When it's total chaos, once again, think about 9/11. There was so much smoke cloud going on in general that you couldn't probably even see your hand in front of you. Yeah, man, it's like nighttime, man. It's all that dust. You gotta understand how much concrete they're using in these buildings, man. That's a lot of people were still dropping dead like years after from the chemicals that's just in the building and the shit they was breathing in alone, man. So
Like I say,
yeah, go ahead.
if it's just like a little dust on the ground and the car drive by fast, that shit sprout up.
Hell yeah.
Think about a big ass building.
That's
just
right.
Boom.
That's right.
You ain't gonna be able to see for probably at least a mile.
Right. Yeah, I don't even think that far, honestly. You got to just go back and watch the video. I mean, it's maybe a couple 100 meters at most in front of you, maybe a couple meters in front of you, man. It's a lot. It was a lot, man. So just imagine that, but in a much larger and grander scale, man. All right. It says, you got it. Verse 3.
Verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble.
Which is these Edomites, man. These the keepers of the house of David, man. Lord willing, we those men, they possess us, man. No, they gonna tremble like they see us. They trembling because they see us out here on the highways. Go ahead, go ahead. They trembling because they see us out on the highways and the byways doing the will of the Lord. Hey, even the apostles recently made mention of how they came with that blank check, trying to get brothers to fall out and shit, man. All right, they trembling. He said they knew that they had the truth even back then, back in the early '80s, man.
If I can say this, the video you sent to the chat with the brother from Chicago, we made the video, the feds called him. It sounded like the feds, it sounded like he was nervous as fuck, like he didn't know what to say. He was like, he like girls. It was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? That's how you know they trembling though, but really the keepers of the house is who? Going back to what we was talking about with the Edomite and the one, Jake, was Woodrow Wilson when he signed the Federal Reserve Act over to them goddamn Edomites and Rothschild. You remember who the documentary to go back to, what's their name? Was it Evelyn Rothschild? It go back to one of them, I forget their name. It go to one of them Rothschilds and they was buying up all the what the fuck they was buying up all the
I forget the
they was they was buying up all the stocks, man. Hey, look that shit up, man. They was buying up all the stocks back in the days, and then when the price on the stock go low, they'll buy all the stocks up and shit. All right, what they'll do, man? I gotta watch that.
Hey, what happened? And what happened when the Kennedys tried to put a stop to it? When John F. Kennedy tried to told the Federal Reserve they want to do their own thing, man. They killed him. John F. Kennedy.
Yeah, Rothschilds, man. Yeah, they was buying up all the they was buying up all the stocks and bonds, man, at a low price, and then they was selling them for higher. And then they got Woodrow Wilson, cause they was all them was in their pocket, cause they controlled the money.
Right, man. So nonetheless, they the keepers of the house, man. They trembling, man. All right, go ahead. Back on that Ecclesiastes. They trembling right now because of the prophecy that we saying is coming to pass, and they look at us as little niggas that don't know shit, man.
Hey,
Go ahead,
that goes back to Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2.
Come. about basically doing speaking evil and whatnot. Watch how you come up and approach the house of the Most High.
This is verse 3 again. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves.
That's right. And these strong men, they're gonna bow themselves. They're gonna be weeping, crying, wishing for death to come. All right. Some gonna be blaspheming the Most High, as the scriptures say in the book of Revelation, man. They still gonna be blaspheming in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right. They're gonna bow themselves though. Nonetheless, they're gonna bow themselves to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right. They're gonna bow themselves to the men of the Lord. They can talk about and lick up the dust of their feet, man. All right. And we're gonna wash our hands out of the blood of the wicked. It's beautiful. Y'all recognize me enjoy, man. Go ahead, huh?
And the grinders cease.
That's right. These grinders ceasing, man. These jobs is being shut down at an all-time high, man. You seeing all, even in Edomite areas, bro. You go to some far out, like hour-long drive Edomite suburbs, man. They still got like vacant lots and closed up shops. You know, like you can just see that the worm is spread under this place, man. The corrosion, the corruption, this place has just lost its luster, man. It's the thrill, okay? The stores, you know, it's just everything about this place is just gone, man. All right, the mirth that is.
The gas station's about to start closing because
Gas prices
Trump
high
put
as
them
fuck.
sanctions on Iran, and they the fifth largest oil company, man.
That's right.
Take your.
That's right.
And so the barrels used to be $59 a barrel. Now it went up to $75. That's why the gas prices went from $2 to what it is now. But it's gonna soon go to $100, which is gonna bring in that $4 a gallon price.
That's right. So nonetheless, we seeing, and that's gonna bring about distress of nations too, because they see that America can't find itself but to help to keep stand in war, man. They want them to come out of Afghanistan. They've been there over 15 years, man. They still over there, not even at war, you know. So just that, and then the whole thing with Iran, like you said, the least of them gonna draw you out. They got Amalek, which is the Israelis that's in the land today. That's the least of them that's drawing out this place America, man. Them Israelis, those fake Jews, those rat bastards that's in our land today, all right, they're the ones that's gonna draw this place out into World War III and Armageddon, man. But go ahead, keep going. There's a little bit more on there. Verse 4. If you ain't finished 3.
And the grinders cease because there are few.
That's right.
And those that look out of the windows be dark.
And like the Apostle Tahar said, man, they not even hiring Judah no more, man.
That's right.
They not hiring Judah. They not hiring Jake, bro. They shitting on Jake, man. All the good jobs is gonna be going to these Edomites that's losing their jobs at like H&M, man. And what was that Kmart you was talking about? In the car, yeah, Kmart finding clothes. All right, the Ford plant with the whole only focusing on Mustangs and SUVs. That's gonna put a lot of people out of business, man.
Yeah.
All right, and a lot of them business even overseas anyway.
Yeah, if I could say this, that's what Esau want. Hey, if I could get a quick scripture right quick.
Go ahead.
Because that's what it said in the book of Sirach, man. If he have use for thee, he will use thee. Esau don't have use for niggas no more. They done built up this country. He got everything he need and want, man. Now he get the robots to do it. He just want you niggas to be back slaves now. Y'all done built it up and y'all done let him advance his technology.
That's right.
Matter of fact, yeah, I'm going to read this real quick. This Sirach 13 and verse 4, it says, if thou be for his prophet, he will use thee. Right, and that's what it was. It was a point in time where Jake was for the so-called white man prophet. Then when you know Jake didn't really mean Jake was not for his prophet, once he let you niggas think that you was free, you niggas did, that's when he really started focusing on the technology and things like that, man. When he let niggas free and shit. But even before then, man, he was going into that, man. Esau always going to, reading and history and things like that, man. It says, Sirach 13 and 4, if thou be for his prophet, he will use thee. Right. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. And that's the so-called white man about to do to basically 2/3 of the nation of Israel and everybody else, man. If you ain't a part of that royal seed, they call it. All right? If you ain't a part of that royal seed, it said he gonna forsake thee.
That's right.
It says, verse 5, if thou have anything, he will live with thee. And that's what it was. The so-called white man was a point in time where he'll let Jake live with him, man, in his big-ass Victorian mansion. You feel me? He'll let you live and sleep under the same house with him, bro. This man knew he had Jake, bro. man, like that nigga said, man, that nigga Django, man, Leonardo DiCaprio, he's like this. He brought up the skull. He's like, you know, this old chap shaved my daddy's neck. I was wondering why he slit his. I would have been slit his throat and out of there in that part. You know what I'm talking about? When we caught him in the lion shit. Yeah.
I'm thinking of the
No, I'm talking about Django. No, Django.
I'm thinking of that one when she was about to shave him and shit.
Yeah, when Django and the other dude was up there with the fake. They had these rules that they was buying a fighter, but brothers got to check that movie out. He was like, oh, that nigga ain't slit his throat, man.